Hey guys, it's Scott Beebe with the Business on Purpose platform and doing something that is a first for the platform and a first for me, and that is live broadcast here on the Periscope app right here on my phone. And it's a Twitter function. Periscope was purchased by Twitter, I think this year in 2015, and I've noticed and just been watching a few people to see what they've been doing with Periscope, and it may become a part of the platform. I don't know. I want to try it a couple of times, but more than anything else, I wanted to introduce it to you, the Business on Purpose listener and audience and the platform, and there's some really cool stuff that you can do with Periscope. First of all, as soon as this broadcast is over, and this is a live broadcast, by the way, but as soon as it's over, if you're not watching it through the replay, then it's live. If it is not live, then you can watch it through the replay, but only 24 hours after the actual replay. So it is Monday morning, 9:50 Eastern time in the US, and so it will be live until this time tomorrow morning, Tuesday morning, and you'll be able to watch it until then, and then it'll just be magically erased. But what I'll likely do is save these. You can save them to your camera roll on your device and then upload them to YouTube so you can actually keep them. Also, I've been told that the upright, I'm not a big fan of upright video because on YouTube it looks pretty bad, but I've been told that Periscope, I think, either only does upright or looks best in the upright thing. So I will show you a quick look. I don't normally do this, but I'll show you a quick look. I've got a little kind of makeshift studio that I do. I do a lot of my videos from right here in my office, and so I'm just going to turn the camera, and you can see one of my lights right there. Sorry, it's a little bit bright. You also see one of the whiteboards behind it. I love whiteboards, and you can tell in my office when you look around. So there's a big one behind me, and then I've got this light here, and then if you look down right there, I've got another light right there, and that helps take some of the shadow off. So you can see them a little bit in the background there. Sorry, there and there. Not a big deal. But let me show you what it looks like when they're off. This is pretty cool. So that's off, and that's off. You can see how dark it is, and that's on and on there. It helps take some of the shadow off. So a little bit of behind the scenes. I think it's kind of enjoyable. The second thing I wanted to do, and the reason I'm standing in front of this whiteboard right now, is because I wanted to talk to you about a new initiative that I'm taking on the Business on Purpose platform, and I want you to think about it. There is, as the business has grown and continues to grow, there are so many different tasks and elements to take on in the business. And what I'm finding is that my days are becoming more and more consumed by repeatable tasks that could easily be outsourced to people who actually enjoy doing those tasks. I tell people all the time, and clients I get the privilege of working with, that there are actually people in this world who love doing QuickBooks and invoicing. God knows why. I have no idea, but they love doing it. And so anyway, I'm going to start taking some of the tasks and outsourcing some of these tasks. But here's what I'm looking at right now. So I'm not making any guarantees or promises, but I want to talk you through the flow as to what I'm doing. First is I did behind the scenes work before I really start looking for a virtual assistant. I've done a lot of reading about this, done a lot of study about hiring a virtual assistant, literally hiring somebody from the Philippines or from Nigeria or somewhere around the world that's outside of the US, and offering them an opportunity to be a part of the team as well as the people that we have working on the platform here in the US. And so I've done a lot of research. I did a form, and one of these days I'm going to throw this form out to everybody. It's called the What Could You Delegate form. Sorry, I couldn't come up with a better name for it, but the What Could You Delegate form. And it walks you step by step through what you could delegate out of your business. And it takes about 45 minutes to walk through. But the one thing that I found for me is I had such massive clarity about what I actually do. I'll tell you, it was a little bit sobering to see what I actually think about on a day-to-day basis and a lot of the repeatable tasks. So I wrote a little list over here that are the repeatable admin tasks that I can start kind of replacing. And then I wrote over here more project-based tasks. So the repeatable tasks, things like appointment scheduling, email filtering, things like that, transcribing of content just like this that I can use then in tweets and Facebook posts and everything else. that's something that I'm going to start looking for. And so my blog series over the next couple of weeks, you can track my progress. Everything that I walk through in hiring a virtual assistant, I'm actually going to write about it on the blog. So you can track it with me. I'm going to walk you through the steps. So if you want to hire a virtual assistant, or what they call a general virtual assistant, that's somebody who can just kind of be an admin assistant to your work. Here's why I'm doing it, is because ultimately it's going to free me up to do what I call my narrow brilliance. That's that narrow lane that I feel like God has gifted me at to do. And when I do email and some of that other stuff, it kind of takes bandwidth away from me operating in my narrow brilliance. So those are the two big things that I wanted to talk to you about on the Periscope. The first one was Periscope, and kind of introduce you to this platform. And we're not going to have a ton of this. First time I've ever done it. I didn't even put a warning out that I was going to do this. I literally just popped the studio up and said, let's roll. And so this will be up for the next 24 hours. We'll have some fun with it. But the biggest thing that I wanted to do, and I'm going to show this to my email newsletter. And by the way, if you're not a subscriber to the email newsletter, head on over to mybusinessonpurpose.com and sign up. Every week I send out what I hope is valuable and helpful content for you to help you live out your business on purpose. So head on over to the platform. Thanks for watching the Periscope. Make sure you get the email newsletter. We got a ton of stuff coming up. Virtual assistant, you'll be able to walk with me through the entire process. And by the way, the end of the process may be I don't hire anybody at all. So we'll see what happens as we walk through this. All right, so that's it. Hey, thanks for joining me.